In a remote village, two brothers find a demon-infected man just about to give birth to the embodiment of evil itself. They decide to get rid of the man, but merely succeed in spreading the chaos. When Evil Lurks is a Spanish horror film currently available on Shudder and is written and directed by, forgive the pronunciation, Damien Rugner. This month, I have been incredibly fortunate in watching two of my favourite subgenre films in demonic possession, in The Exorcist Believer and When Evil Lurks. I may finally talk about my thoughts on The Exorcist Believer, however many weeks down the line, but the less said about that the better. The reason I'm covering When Evil Lurks is it was completely not on my radar whatsoever. I'm subscribed to Shudder, and especially during the month of October, I'll flick through it, I'll find some films, and I'll stick them on. Last night, I came across When Evil Lurks. It was highly rated on Shudder, so I stuck it on, and wow, that is the way to do a demonic possession film. With demonic possession films, there is a formula, there is a script that people follow. Very similar to, well, I say very similar, exactly to what the original Exorcist film did, which is one of my favourites of all time. That set the narrative of how a demonic possession film is and how they have been since. When Evil Lurks completely tears up the stereotype, tears up that script and creates its own. It is fantastic. Don't want to get into too many spoilers, but as covered in the little synopsis at the start, the film follows two brothers as they find someone who they believe is possessed, and in the film they refer to this possessed person as rotten, as the rotten, and the build up from that moment when they come across this possessed person, this rotten, to the climax of the film, it just is so unpredictable. It goes in a way that you just don't see whatsoever. You've seen hundreds of thousands of possession films, and all of them have that same narrative of an exorcist comes along and you get a big long monologue and dialogue of how they're going to exorcise this spirit from the possessed. Here, none of it whatsoever. We do get a little bit of backstory here and there throughout the film, but wow, all I can suggest is to go out and to watch this film. It is one of the best of the year. All that might put you off as a mainstream audience is the fact that it's in Spanish and it's subtitled. I know a lot of people will be off-put by the fact that it's Spanish and it's subtitled. However, I can only suggest to try it out, because often what I find with foreign films is when the story is this good and this unique that you just sort of forget that you're reading the subtitles and you go along with the story that is trying to be told. Another thing I really appreciate about this film is it doesn't spoon-feed you. It doesn't tell you the whole backstory and what's been going on. It's sort of alluded to that it is a common thing during these times within the film that the people may not have experienced it but are aware of what this means, and yeah, maybe that is something really interesting to delve into further down the line. Definitely wouldn't be opposed to that. I made the mistake of watching the film and eating. As highly as I recommend watching the film, I will strongly advise you not to eat during the film. The practical effects are outstanding, and there are moments that quite literally left me with my jaw wide open. They are fantastic. The work, the effort, from the cinematography to the practical effects to the acting itself is top notch, is 10 out of 10, is amazing. And as much as I don't like doing ratings of films, this is a pretty good time. This is a solid 9 out of 10 in my books. What would make it a 10 out of 10? I don't actually know. Might even rate it a 10 out of 10. It was that good. Go and watch it.